Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to This Month in Monster Taming, where we go over upcoming updates for any given month, this time for the month of February. This month we have the Digimon Con Digital event, which should hopefully shine some light on Digimon Survive as well as other Digimon mediums, the release of Monster Crown on PS4 and Xbox One, a Kickstarter for a new Shin Megami Tensei-like indie game called Pry Into the Void, and more. That said, as per the usual, make sure to sit back, relax, and let's dive right in. Alright, so as per the usual, we are going to be going over the updates in chronological order. Then we'll head into the updates that we don't have specific dates for and those that have indicated either February or March as the release window. So with that, first things first, on February 8th, we have the beginning of the Pry Into the Void Kickstarter campaign. This is a Shin Megami Tensei inspired JRPG with a mature, and I quote, depraved story, a challenging campaign, and more. There is also a Steam demo that is up, and my buddy Cirque has already played it and said it's very good. I'll definitely be uploading a Monster Tamer showcase either the day of or the second day of the Kickstarter campaign, and would also like to stream the demo as well. After enjoying SMT5 as much as I did, I'm definitely looking forward to more SMT-like games, and they're honestly growing. A lot of people think Pokemon-like when they think about the Monster Taming genre, but we've got a lot of SMT-likes or games inspired by SMT, including Malice and Greed, Mirrored Soul, Pry Into the Void, Eternal Exodus, The Lost Child, Fog World, and more, so it's definitely nice to see. Next, we're going to have two major developments on February 22nd. I'll start with the first being Monster Crown and its release on Xbox One and PS4. Now, if you didn't know, Monster Crown already released last year for Nintendo Switch and Steam. However, PS4 and Xbox One versions were delayed. Monster Crown is a monster taming and story-driven RPG with an emphasis on monster customization. Whether it be its fusion mechanic, crossbreeding, various types of transformations, or its unique synergy-based battle system, Monster Crown definitely has a lot to offer. On the same day, we have the release of Monarch, that tactical RPG being developed by the former Shin Megami Tensei devs. From what I've seen so far, the only parts of the game that could be considered monster taming are the customizable units that you can summon and fight alongside, so definitely more so something to check out if you are an SMT or Persona fan and want to try something similar. I think it'd be fun maybe to try it out and see how deep these monster taming-esque mechanics go, but I think for the most part, it's just going to scratch that JRPG itch. On February 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the Digimon Con Digital event, which they realistically should have just called DigiCon, but I think I can safely say that I and many others are very excited for it. This event will not be exclusive to video games. It'll sort of be a one-stop shop for all things Digimon. The Digimon website has a list of what to expect, and it has the following jotted down: Digimon Anime Special Planning Segment, Digimon Series Game Info Segment, Digimon Vital Bracelet Series, New Info and Special App-Related Planning Segment, announcement on the initial selection results of the Digimon Illustration Competition, special live performance by singer Ayumi Miyazaki. So definitely going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to see if I can stream the event. It's all going to depend on my work schedule, but either way, I'll make sure to provide adequate coverage for you guys as usual. I'm really hoping for some more Digimon Survive news, and hey, I mean, it'd be pretty cool if we got a new Digimon story game too, just saying. Alright, next up we got the stuff that don't have exact dates, and for some of them they just have February/March as their release window, so keep that in mind as well. For starters, Mython Island's, and I quote, massive open world update is coming sometime this month, and I'll just read off what the dev had to say about the update because I think there's some pretty cool stuff that's going to happen. The update reworks many aspects. Visual updates across the entire game, including some scenes and Mython, models, textures, etc., along with some scene optimization. Implementation of dozens of new Mython and skills, Radiant, which are shinies, forms of Mython, balance adjustments to status development for all Mython, skill set updates to provide more variety, and adjusted power for skill formulas for a better battle flow. OST has been completely reworked for the game to provide a better music experience. New events in the roguelike mode, a draft mode that allows for a selection of whatever Mython, and run settings you want for the roguelike mode, captures on, permadeath, story cutscene, any items you want, etc. And of course, the massive open world mode that will allow players to take on the overworld objective in any order they wish. So yeah, definitely going to be streaming this when it goes live, so stay tuned. The Mython Island Steam page and any other relevant Steam pages will be linked below, by the way. Another game that I've been low-key really excited for is Mythcaller the Nightmare Shaman, which is a monster taming platforming game from a 2.5D perspective. Between this, Amber Roots, Ento Drive, Nanokin, and Cassette Beasts, I'm really glad that we're getting a lot more 2.5D games because I think they're pretty cool. Anyways, the developer said that the game is getting a Steam page this month, and there's about a 50-50 chance that we'll be getting a demo with the first 50 covering February and the second March. So maybe February, maybe March for the demo. Like I said, the game is a platformer and also a collectathon, and it blends that with monster taming, so definitely going to be streaming this one as well. I think maybe I should have a stream where I stream like multiple games in one sitting. Some demos don't take very long to beat, so maybe sitting down for an entire stream for certain demos might not make sense, but we can kind of string them together. I'm gonna need like a name for that type of segment. In the comments, let me know if you guys have any good ideas. Cyrillum Ultimate, a game that released late last year, does have its mobile port coming in either February or March. I've explained what Cyrillum is a million times, and I think by now you guys get the gist of it. 1,000+ monsters, a couple dozen realms to explore, all of which are randomly generated, fusion, highly complex battle system with 6-on-6 battles, etc, etc, etc. This is probably the most complex monster taming game there is, and a rare case of a game being kind of hard to make content about because there's so much that goes into every little aspect. I do have a special video planned for around the time of the mobile launch that will go over all of the starter classes, which also subsequently means it'll be going over the starters. There are 15 total, and all of those classes come with a plethora of perks of their own as well, so I recruited my buddy Cirque to help out with the video, so I think it'll be really useful for you guys. Okay, so we don't have an official date for this yet, but Chain Monsters mobile port for the beta should be coming out this month as well. With the launch will come a double XP event, and from what Max has been saying, there's going to be a lot of intricacy added to the battle system very soon as well. I think a big part of making sure each monster taming game is unique is having these types of features that set them apart, and apparently there's going to be a lot of different types of chain reactions between certain attacks and statuses and stuff like that, so I think it'll help give the game a specific niche. Finally, last but not least, we may also be getting a Gremlin's Tale trailer in anticipation of the upcoming Kickstarter that will be happening sometime in April. This again could happen in February or March, so we'll have to stay tuned, but it'll come with a Steam page, which should definitely help with some searchability for the game, because right now Google likes to autocorrect gremlins to gremlins, and I think they should just probably make a gremlins inspired monster just for the shits. Oh, also, since the games are based off of fairy tales, where's Shrek? But yeah, all in all, a pretty interesting month. I also expect there to be a lot of talk about Pokemon Legends this month, since it just did come out a couple days ago, and that'll probably die down just in time for the Digimon event, which I'm really excited for as well. I definitely also want to see Pry Into the Void get funded this month, and Mython Island's update should be a lot of fun too. Let me know what you're excited for this month and what videos you want to see. All that said, if you are a fan of monster taming games, definitely subscribe to the channel because I put out new monster taming videos every single day. You can also check out my Twitter, Discord, and Patreon, all linked below. Special thanks to the channel's patrons, especially Jim Hamilton, StealCase, and Dark Persona. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.